Hey loves, it's TJ, and I thought I'd come back in today with something a little bit different. I want to talk about meditating and meditation. Just before I start, I want to let you know I am a baby in this meditation journey. I've been meditating only for about 2 years. And years ago, I did try my hand at it, and I felt like, okay, you meditate, that means just be quiet, lay down in a quiet room, and put on some kind of soft music and just be quiet. And that's kind of what it is, and there's so many different ways you could do it, but I was sort of on the right path, but it just didn't stick for whatever reason. And so within the past couple of years, I started doing it, back to doing it more and more, and got more serious about it. And although I am no expert on the topic, I felt like I wanted to talk to people who maybe have never done meditation, or who might be interested or tried it and said it didn't, feel like it doesn't work, or just, and to make it practical and easy for you to at least get started. And then after you sort of get started and get your feet wet a little bit, then you can move on into something more advanced and learn more from, the gurus out there. Number one, there are all types of ways to meditate. And what I did when I got back into it, like really got serious about it, I decided, and it was, you follow your intuition, your gut, that those are very powerful. And I always recommend that you listen to that. And that's what I did, because a lot of times it is a divine download, it's God, spirit, source, however you look at it. I say God, I believe in God, is giving you messages. And when you follow them, things work out. And I didn't always have a quiet space. And when I felt like I wanted to meditate, I wasn't always alone, or it wasn't always dark, So I found out after the fact, and I was doing this all along, that you can meditate at any point, anytime. I would meditate in the car. Things that, like doing chores, where you sort of on autopilot. You are aware because you're moving to a point, but you are on autopilot. So you can afford to sort of drift off into some, thoughts and just some silence. And I learned that that has really helped me do some really good work over the years, when I didn't have a chance to just sit and, in lotus position and, do the traditional, what looks to be the traditional meditation. Also, I have meditated in a room where there were other people, lights on, TV on, and I just wanted to go inward. So I went inward, and I was able to, at some point, just zone out and block everything else out. You can do it, some people can do it with their eyes open. I usually just shut my eyes and just go in, and I've done great work for myself by doing that. It's one of those things where you have to accept where you are right now, and there is no perfection. Like nobody's perfect, no thing is perfect, no situation is going to always be perfect. No, not every outcome is going to be perfect. But also, I know a lot of people I spoke to were saying, well, it's hard for me to be quiet. Like I can, silence my mind. It's hard for me to silence my mind. I can lay there and everything, but, I'll start thinking about groceries or what to eat for dinner. And that is human nature. One way that, what I say about that is, when you fight the thoughts that are coming in, that takes you out of the mode. So instead of fighting it, one thing you can do is just observe the thought and then let it dissipate. Observe it and let it float on by. And each time you're letting it float by, you're just sort of going back in and just zoning back out. And that isn't to say that another thought, it could be a ridiculous, silly thought, whatever it is, no judgment, just observe it and let it go. Observe and let it go. That has helped me tremendously. And after a while, it'll be second nature, and you'll be really good at it, and it won't be a thing anymore. So I've already covered that you can meditate while, driving and with your eyes open, obviously, doing chores. You can, because really what it is you're being kind of in the moment. You are being present and in the moment. Okay, so but there's a zillion, in my opinion, seems like a gazillion ways to meditate. After I developed my, I would say I developed my skill on meditating in a crowded room. I also would then do this visualization where I would breathe into my heart and I would visualize this golden or white, glowy light getting bigger and bigger, and then it would surround me, and it was a golden or white light of love. It would be my love, and it would just get bigger and bigger, and it would cover and hug on everything, every being and around me in the home and the neighbors, the community. It would go all in other states around the world, and then it would even go up into the heavens, and my heart would feel full, and then I would go into the instant gratification. I would just be so happy and grateful, and I would think about a couple things that I was so grateful for and why, and I would linger there. And then after that, I would start to visualize whatever it was at the time that I wanted to manifest. So I would hang out in the visualization piece of it, and I would be thinking about that thing or that activity as if it was already happening or already done. You know what I mean? Like as if it is in the present. And I would fall back into the gratitude, and I would, like I said, my heart would get full, and then I would just start weeping. And it's so cleansing. It is so cleansing. A lot of great work I did for myself there, and it is really cleansing and grounding. It's safe, it's protective. And then I would fall into prayer right after that, and some great things would happen there. What I notice, however, when I am attempting to quiet the mind, the visualization is not something that I want to do. When I want to just be still and quiet the mind, I do not do visualization. I mean, like I said, there's so many ways to meditate. If you're trying to heal your body naturally, and you're visualizing, your healing through meditation, visualizing what I just explained, um, visualizing, or even making an attempt to quiet your mind. Those things can, I think, sometimes take you out of what I think is traditional meditation, where you are being still and raising your vibration with that stillness. So I know with me, I am like a busybody, and for the longest it would take, and even now, I mean, like I said, there is no perfection. You can, and before I say this, you can actually, I believe, and I've done it and it has worked, meditate throughout the day, different times a day, doing different things. I've also meditated in three different, I'll call it techniques, for the lack of a better phrase. I don't know if there are words for it because, like I said, I am still a baby on this journey, but I am here to speak to other babies or people who haven't gotten started yet, just to make things practical for you. And after you get the handle of it, get your feet wet a little bit, then you can venture off into, more advanced levels with the gurus out there. But I notice though, when I'm trying to be still and quiet my mind, the visualization is not something that I want to do. Fighting my thoughts, that is not something I want to do, and nor do I recommend it. I recommend, again, allowing the thought to come in. If it's going to come in, observe it and let it just disappear without judgment. You are human, and that's just how it is. But I'll tell you this: meditation is something that, it is a tool that I believe everyone should incorporate, no matter what level, in their day to day. I truly believe that it is a powerful, um, I'll say, modality. It is healing. It brings on clarity. It's cleansing. It's grounding. It's nurturing, and it is bringing you to understand yourself. I'll just keep it really simple like that, very practical. I hope this video helps someone. And like I said, there is no perfection and accept where you are right now. And if you want to get started, go ahead and do that. In the meantime, until the next video, live simply and be kind.